All right, LeBron, first significant minutes for you in a couple of weeks. Looked pretty explosive out there. How did you feel physically?
I felt pretty good. I was more surprised how good my win was. Ankle held up pretty good. A little sore, but I was able to come out and help the team win. That's most important.
Always something a little special about going against #1 picks. You, of course, have seen 20 of them since you were. What did you make of Vic tonight?
I said it from the beginning that he's special, and he has an unbelievable coach that's going to make sure that he does things the right way, play the game the right way, and he's going to continue to develop. But he's already special, but he's going to continue to get better and better and better, each and every game, each and every year that he steps on this floor.
You, of course, have a lot of history with Greg Popovich, going back to that series in the finals, how you changed your game afterwards. How has that evolved to the point where you just go over and say hello tonight?
It's just the utmost respect. One of the greatest coaches of all time, but more importantly, one of the best people of all time that I've ever been around. And, I love everything about Coach Pop. And, to be able to share the floor with him, to be able to talk to him and have a friendship that we have, it's very special to me.
All right, so you guys get the victory tonight. Now just a few games really remaining for the rest of the season. Where do you guys have to get to find the type of rhythm that you want to climb up the standings?
Just keep playing Laker basketball. We got to keep defending. We got to keep sharing the ball offensively. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give up second chance points on the defensive end, and then try to get as healthy as we can going on the stretch. So, that's been our Achilles heel for the last couple of years. This year it's haunted us a little bit, but guys are getting good rhythm each and every game, and hopefully we can get some of our guys back soon.
Appreciate it, LeBron.
I appreciate you.
Once you win the game, I know that you tend to sometimes focus on the mistakes. You were just talking about your turnovers or getting your shot blocked, but the team did win. You did kind of find some sense of rhythm once again. What did that take after last night in Golden State as LeBron enters the fray for you once again?
Any back-to-back's tough, but especially coming out of All-Star break with a back-to-back and, not playing as well as we wanted to last night. And, at times tonight we didn't, really play well, but we fought through that and, got a good win.
You go against AD some in practice, so he would be probably the closest thing to Wembanyama, but there were a couple of times it looked like you had gotten around him. What is that like in live time, and how do you try to adjust on the fly?
I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I don't got the answer for that. I don't know. He's I don't know how tall he is, but he's 7'12". I pass faked the one. He turned around. I was like, oh, I got an easy one. And nope. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But I really like what he does. He's gonna be really good.
There was a moment after, sorry from the background.
I don't think that face was because how far you were away. I think it was just your voice.
Where there was there was a dead ball, and you kind of tried him again, like joking around, like you kind of like went at Wembanyama underneath the basket.
Goaltend. It was goaltend. He went up under the goal, up through it.
Does it just feel like his arms are just sort of everywhere, like when you're out there?
Yeah. The first layup he blocked, I haven't seen it, but I was just like, hey, I got an easy layup. And then I don't know how many times he blocked my shot tonight. I stopped counting. But yeah, that's, with the way I play, pass fakes, trying to get just a little angle to get floaters off. And there was a couple times tonight that I was like, oh, I got an easy look, and no, it didn't turn out too well.
Do you feel like going into a game like that against him, you almost have to change? Maybe not change what you do or how you play.
I need to change. Yes, that's what I need to do. I need to go change a lot.
How tough is that? Like you play your game and then he's just the guy, just like an anomaly, just whether it's blocks, deflections, steals, just like everything, just like a no-fly zone in that sense, just certain things.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to, not let him do that, or, try something else at least. The pass fakes, just layups wasn't working.
You guys have been a pretty good big game team this season. You have a string of them coming up starting Sunday against the Suns. Do you think you guys have found kind of like this is the way we need to play? We know it now. And it's just a matter of like if we execute, we have a pretty good shot.
Yeah, for sure. Talked about that last night after the game. Just kind of the identity that we're trying to continue to get better at. Because the last whatever it was before All-Star break, the 15 games, so 17 now. I think you look at kind of just the style of play and what we're trying to do to be successful. When it really works, it works. It's really good, and obviously defensively, just fly around. And obviously, when you got AD, that changes a lot. Just because he's so dominant, on the back line. So we feel like when we're playing the right way, and we're everybody's sharing the ball, making shots. Obviously, we feel like we can beat anybody.
Early thoughts ahead of an early start on Sunday against a team that you've seen a lot, but they could be healthy. It sounds like Beal may be able to return. Nurkic missed tonight. What do you think of this Phoenix matchup and kind of the significance of it?
Yeah, it should be a great game. They've been playing really good basketball for obvious reasons. They got a super talented team that offensively, when they're making shots, probably second to none. So should be a dogfight, and that's what we should go in. Kind of thinking it's going to be go compete every possession and leave it all out on the line.
Thank you, Oscar.
Thank you.
Ron, all in all, just from the break to the ankle to how you're feeling, obviously first game back, just health-wise.
I felt pretty good. I was more surprised with how well my win was, to be honest. But ankle did okay, did so. I was happy to get out there and help my team win. That was the most important.
Obviously, I know health as a team is the number one priority, but you've often used this time on the backside of the break to start to ramp up for what's ahead. Have you had an opportunity to kind of see what that's going to look like for you in the squad at this point of your season?
No, not really. Because of our season, it's kind of been like, taking one day at a time and trying to maximize each day, where we are and, where we are as a ball club and me as, as an individual, where I am health-wise and things of that nature. So just taking a day at a time, and today was a good day, and hopefully we have a bounce-back day tomorrow with a quick recovery because we have a quick early start on Sunday.
Is the treatment that you saw over the break something that you feel like could pay off over the final stretch of these 25 games, or is it something that maybe you would go back to at some point before now and the end of the playoffs?
I mean, that's the hope. Nothing is 100%, but that's the hope, and it's the right plan that me and Mike and that we approached it with. It wasn't something that we just came out of the blue. We already had clocked this months ago, knowing the schedule. So just seeing ways that we can maximize, days when we have the opportunity, and that was, that stretch right there between last Tuesday when we played here to today was beneficial for me.
Is there any details of the treatment you'd be willing to share?
The 5x5 is one of the rarest games in this league. It's in its history.
What's that?
5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks. Wemby's averaged it in these 2 games out of the break. He did it tonight. I think only 22 of those games averaged. How much havoc does he wreak on the defensive end with his length? Sort of what's the ceiling for him?
He doesn't have a ceiling. So he can do whatever he wants to do with his career. He seems like he enjoys the game. He seems like he puts the work just from the outside looking in. Obviously, I'm not with him on a day-to-day basis, but I said it a long time ago how special he was, and it's literally that simple. So as far as your question, as far as havoc, you just got guys in our league that you have to account for. Anytime you get around the rim or around the perimeter, in our league history, and he sits right at the top of it. If not, around the top with all the greats.
LeBron, you guys were in such a good rhythm before the All-Star break. Obviously, you take 7-8 days off. Now, kind of been up and down the first couple games out. How do you go about getting that rhythm back, and kind of what's that like to have an interruption, sort of break that up?
I don't know, just try to play good basketball. I can't sit here and tell you. we've known our season so far, so I can't tell you how we're going to be each and every day. I can just tell us just put the work in and live with the results. So we approach the game the right way, defensively, offensively. We continue to share the ball. I know we've kind of been like in the top 5 and maybe top 3 in assists per game in like the last 12 to 15 games or something like that. And if we defend, we get back in transition, and we clean glass when teams miss. We give our chance to win every night. But most importantly, we just got that's our health.
I probably just want to follow up on what you said about Wemby. It's very high praise. He's right amongst the greats as one of the guys you have to account for around the rim. Do you remember feeling that somebody was this good, this fast, since you've gotten into the league?
Yeah. Zion, Luka, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, Tyreek Evans. It's been a lot of guys. It's been a lot of guys that's been great this fast. He's one.
You set the bar very high, so I'm wondering.
He's one of them. I mean, he's one of them to have a stellar rookie season. Guys have come in and but can you sustain it? We've had guys that come in and just be really damn good. I think the one thing that Wemby has above all the guys that I kind of named is you see his length. You see how tall he is and his length. The guy next to me possesses a lot of length, and he's like even more than AD, so that's what makes it a little bit different. But let's not get it twisted. He's not he's special, but he's not the first guy to make an impact in this league as a rookie.
Thanks, LJ. Thanks, man.
This just for both of you guys. Just guess what you guys take away from tonight's victory, and just how good was it to just get back in the win column after last night?
I just took away that we got a lock in for the start of the half. We let them come back to like a 3-point down 3, so we just need to lock in. So we can put them away sooner.
Darvin mentioned that, you just speaking with him, he mentioned that, there's some slippage here and there. What were you guys seeing out there that you guys either weren't doing well or the Spurs were doing well that allowed them to stay in the game the way they did?
They're well coached, so they're gonna continue to do what they're supposed to do. It's never over against the Spurs. So I think keeping that mentality for 48 minutes allowed us to keep the league and continue to fight too when they claw back. So that's it. Say thank you.
Go again. You guys have faced Wembanyama a couple times already this season, but even with that, he's had a 5-by-5 tonight. Just what have you seen him, or have you seen him evolve from those early season matchups in December to now?
Shoot. Whenever you have somebody like that size and that skilled, they're always bound to do something really well. And he's definitely come a long way. I feel like since we saw him at the beginning of the year, he's playing with like a lot more balance, and he's just attacking the glass more. So he's gonna be real good.
D'Lo, this point last year when you guys had 24, 25 games left, you go on that run, then ultimately leads to the Western Conference Finals. Now that the break's over, what are you guys talking about these final 24, 25 games to get you where you want to go in your journey?
I think we never talked about it last year. We just kind of played one game at a time, and we were clicking as well. So for us, it made it easy for any individual to kind of, capitalize the game. I just remember Vando winning games at that time. Rui was winning games. AR, Bron, AD, obviously myself. Everybody brought their hard hats in and felt like they were a part of it. So I think that's where we're at now. A lot of guys are coming back from injury, but as a whole, the guys that are playing, feel like, something's brewing. Sure.
You guys have a tough couple of matchups coming up. What's on your game plan for keeping this rolling, finding consistency, and just finding consistency within yourselves and then just as a team?
I don't know who we play, but I know, like I said, just the one game at a time mentality. We've beat some of the best teams. We lost to the teams that aren't the best. So just coming knowing that, it's about us, focusing on us, preparing ourselves for each game. I think we'll be all right. We'll look up and there'll be 10 games left, so just locking in. Thank you.
Darvin, I wanted to ask you first about LeBron and just kind of what you thought of how he looked physically after not playing for a couple of weeks, and just what getting him back, how that sets you up for this home stretch here.
I thought it was great to have him out there. He powered through some good stretches and some tough stretches that were self-inflicted, but all in all, we needed him to make plays, make shots. He stepped up and he did that. But it's coming out of All-Star break. Everything's a little topsy-turvy. Guys are still, trying to get back in rhythm to where we were beforehand. But no, I thought he was good.
Wembanyama has a 5x5, just very rare to see that. What did you make of him tonight, and how did you guys end up still able to hold on for a win?
I mean, you got to keep competing every possession. I'll just say this first before we talk about Wemby. I just told him after the game, there's just not so much who your specific opponent is. No disrespect to the other 29 teams, but a lot of times, even though we're missing guys in the lineup, we have to step up and try to be the best versions of ourselves with what we have available to us. Active guys in the roster, each possession trying to figure it out together in rhythm, in unison, defensively and offensively. It's tough to win in this league. We're totally thankful and grateful to be able to come out on top of this one. But yet and still, again, it's not just looking at, square eye and whoever's standing right there in front of you. It's also looking at yourself, trying to see different ways you can get better and correct whatever mistakes that were made the last go-around, last game, whatever, or last possession, and try to sustain the good things you're doing. Now, as far as Wemby, I just told Pop after the game, man, the kid, the thing that impresses me the most about him, he's uber talented, multifaceted, highly skilled, but he's I think his biggest trait and quality that you can't teach or coach is his competitive nature. He's a competitive kid, and he makes winning plays all the time. You see how he plays with his teammates. He's trying to make the right play, whether it's for himself or for the others that's out there with him. And defensively, chasing down shots, changing shots, blocking shots, coming up with strong rebounds. But again, those two intangibles, the ability to stay that competitive possession by possession and also make winning plays, I think for me personally, is the most competitive thing about him.
Darvin, at the start of your last answer, Mike, you just were kind of sound like expressing dissatisfaction to us with what the way you guys approached it or executed. Just can you point a little bit more specifically?
Well, I just think it's a coach's thing, right? You want your team to constantly look within and try to make plays and force the other team to put you in uncomfortable positions and not you put yourself in those uncomfortable positions, whether it's, not sprinting back in transition or allowing team to get 2-3 offensive rebounds or, fouling because we're not in position, we're not doing our work early, and then going down the other end, not trusting the execution. We got a bunch of weapons, but they're useless if we don't do the little things. Sprinting hard when we get the ball in transition, not turning it over, maintaining spacing, making sure we get hits on screens to create an advantage, and, making a simple, easy play. That's just to put it in detail, that's what I'm talking about.
Darvin, along those lines, they made that run late in the third quarter into the fourth, and then you guys responded and stretched it back to double digits. What did you see, I guess, not working during that stretch, and then what did you see that turned it around early?
Give them credit. They had some guys that hit some shots. They continue to play hard, play fast. I told the guys before the game, they're not, whether they're up 20, down 20, up 5, down 5, doesn't matter. Their effort is not going to change, and you saw that throughout. But, us also mishandling passes, the ball movement kind of slowed down a little bit. Sometimes we got guys that are highly skilled, and sometimes the home run play is not quite the play to make. We just keep it simple. I'm telling you, we'll be off the charts with our execution and with our ability to get stops defensively.
Darvin, the schedule really turns for you guys, starting with Phoenix, just with quality of opponent going way up. What is the best version? You just touched on it, but what is the best version of this team, and how quickly do you guys think that you can recapture maybe some of the momentum you had in the week or so heading into the break?
Well, I've said it, Brian said it, just everyone doing their job, focusing on what they're supposed to do, the contribution they're supposed to make. I want to feel like I'm giving a eulogy up here. It's just me with my observation as a coach, trying to extract the best quality, high quality performance out of our team. And I think it's just, you'll go back and watch film once we get to Phoenix about these previous 2 games, and not so much, worried about what Steph was able to do or what Wemby was able to do, but again, how we can be better. We've done it all year. Look at ourselves, and we have certain themes throughout our film sessions throughout the year that we need to get back to and get a refresher. And it's good that, the newly acquired Spencer Dinwiddie, he'll get a chance to get caught up to speed on some things too. Hadn't had really a whole lot of time since he's arrived to get on the practice floor. So to be able to get a film session in and again, refresh ourselves and get back to the simple details and trying to master those and try to avoid the self-inflicted wounds.
How you doing, Darv? Early in this game, first, maybe early second, felt like it was all Victor for the Spurs. How important was it to take advantage of the non-Wembanyama minutes, part 1, and then part 2? It felt like there were stretches that you guys were really, even with him on the court, doing well in transition offense. What did you see out of that?
Just getting stops. I mean, whenever we're active and we're able to hold teams to 1 possession, our offense, the efficiency goes through the roof. And so that's the biggest thing. One end, it totally connects the other. When you're not playing good offense and you're not, you get a chance to run some stuff and you don't run it right, or you bail out on it too early and take, I don't want to say ill-advised shots because we encourage our guys to be aggressive. I just think take shots that are out of rhythm, that are not in rhythm. It puts a ton of pressure on your defense, or you commit live ball turnovers. It puts a ton of pressure on your defense. So just being solid at both ends. Whenever, again, we can hold teams to 1 possession and get the ball, whether it's a missed shot, force a turnover, what have you, and we get out and commit to running, that's when you see all the highlight plays, the quick open threes, because our guys do a great job of sharing the ball with one another.
AD, 29 minutes, didn't play the fourth. It's just a matter of the second half of the back-to-back and trying to preserve him after, I think, came tonight questionable.
No, we felt like we had a pretty good grip on the game. We made a surge with him on the sideline, and we were just hoping, had our fingers crossed, that we can continue to, put points on the board and get stops, so we wouldn't have to drag him back out there. I think it was great for him to be able to sit over there and then knowing that, the next stretch of games that we have coming up.
Thanks, Coach.